It's looking close to full. Oh, one more. Oh. We also have an Orthodox church in the area, which occasionally does fall festivals too. You know, whole weekend of fall festivals. Fall festival, should I say? There's only one of them. We've never actually been to that. Okay, not doing too badly along this bit. I don't think all of this is going to fit in the truck though. Oh, I can imagine, yeah. I haven't pressed anything I wear in years. Purely because it takes ages to do it. I generally don't buy clothing that requires dry cleaning because that's just a hassle too. Although dry cleaning doesn't damage the fabric as much as washing machines and dryers do. 9 yards of fabric. That's a long... Speaking of yards, I need to order some wood today. Because now we have an empty, I guess you could call it a cupboard, where the hot water and the furnace used to be in the laundry room. Mrs. Osa wants shelves, so I need to build some, which is going to involve measuring and measuring and the likes. So I'll probably do a drive-by of Lowe's. Yeah. Have this ready for me when I turn up. Okay, I think there's enough sugar beets there that we can finish that stretch off, and we'll take the truck back up to the yard. Done. Island's not in the middle of the field, so we're not halfway done by any stretch, but okay, so I'm guessing that width is insufficient to fill this tank. We're already 725 in. So what I might do is do the east side of the field first, and then we'll do this back half or quadrant later. So is your family Scottish or Irish descendant? No, my wife has, Mrs. Osa has some Scottish in her. I have not played Derail Valley. To be honest, I bought Train Sim World 2 and I still haven't played that yet. It's the thing, I do spend a lot of time on computers, but it's my work. I don't really have much time playing games at the moment. So I just don't bother buying games because I'm never going to play them. Not sure how straight that row was. I think what I'm going to do here is run along the road. Oh, darn. Yeah. Let's stop that thought right there. What I was thinking of doing was just running along the rows this way, and then I can have the truck run up alongside to empty, but that doesn't work because the empty's on that side. I'll have to figure something different out. We'll pull over there and turn the engine off, back to the truck. Oh, that's a lot, yeah. Yeah, my family, at least on my mum's side, and she's done more genealogy, is sort of the Potteries, which is Middle England, where they made the Wedgwood pottery and various other ceramics. And then South Wales, predominantly coal mining. And I think on my dad's side, but I couldn't say for definite, there may be some French somewhere along the lines, which of course makes me very conflicted. We tended to have, yeah, most of the family was resident in England or Wales. My grandfather was full Welsh, and on my mother's side, and we do have Welsh relatives who still live there, although we don't see them that often. Indeed, yeah. Yeah, I think the only person I've met recently from online friends is Arthur, and that's, I want to say we went out to lunch with him before he met Simone. that's quite a while back. And our reason for going down to that neck of the woods is rapidly reducing. We still have my father-in-law down there, but his second wife died. Mrs. Osa's mother's died as well. There's a few aunts and what have you, but you know, they're not the sort of people we take trips to go and see. That's really not working, is it? So Mrs. Osei will go down there for the odd funeral for significant members of the family, but not all of them. And it really depends on the time of the year, because this time of year you can get stranded. That's why she was down in Ohio when the lockdown happened. I believe was for a funeral. And I had to work, and then it all went crazy. She was actually planning to come home on the Monday, but Ohio was locking down at midnight on Monday, and Michigan was locking down exactly the same time, exactly the same day. So that was, you know, you were deciding to come home, you really, really need to come home. Because otherwise it's going to be a complete nightmare trying to get home. Okay. MacDougall is good. I don't see much in the way of a Russian name there, though. Try not to give out too much information in public on the internet for obvious reasons. Why aren't you moving? Because the engine's not on. Little beet there, which is worth 3 litres. Who knew that a sugar beet was 3 litres? That's big. Put that down. Yeah, I think my wife's actually made contact with some of her Scottish family in America. So not directly related, but you know, distant cousins, aunts, whatever. And that's all. I can't remember what their names are, or the family name is, but it's kind of like a pirate name, so I'm always kidding her that she's it's the pirate side of the family. And she did trace the family up to a small sort of castle in Scotland, which I believe still exists. I'm not sure what state of repair it's in, but I doubt she's a direct descendant to inherit it anyway, in any way. There you go, another one full. Yes. Now my family name is very unique, so if you know my family name, you will find every address I have lived in the US and no other occurrence on it. So that's why I tend to be a little more private. My maternal grandfather's family is Jones, which is like Smith. There's millions of them, so it doesn't give much away. And I don't use Jones in any of my security questions, so knowing that is not going to help you hack into any of my accounts. That's also another consideration. Yeah. Every so often I notice people putting out posts on Facebook and the like, oh, what's your middle name? What's your mum's birth family name? What's your, what town were you born in? What was the name of your first dog? Excuse me, those are questions that are commonly asked or commonly selected to secure your bank account. And if you're posting that on your Facebook page, anybody who has access to your Facebook page is now going to have access to potential potential security questions you may be asked in order to gain access to your bank account if you forgot it. Good morning, Farmer KB, and welcome to stream. How is your Saturday progressing? And afternoon. I am guessing you're in Europe, since it's easily afternoon there. I am in Michigan. I used to live in England. I was born in England, as you might tell from the accent, but I haven't lived there for 20 years, and the stream is hiccuping. Scotland. Oh yes. We were just talking about Scotland. So Longhauler has Scottish ancestry. In fact, I got a load of people drive by this Saturday stream when I was playing Farm Sim 17 on a Saturday morning, because I played a map called Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire, and they would come by. I think one guy thought it was an Aberdeenshire soccer match, football match, but he hung around for the stream and chatted for a while. For those of you interested, Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire has been released for Farm Sim 19 now. It has a number of changes. It has many similarities with the old 17 map. You don't get all the fields. You don't get as much equipment. One of the downsides I did notice is one of the fields you get in New Farmer mode has sugar beets, but this time you don't get any sugar beet harvesting equipment, so that's kind of a problem. What did I forget to do? I forgot to lower the thing. But in 17 I had over 700 hours on that map, so I'm probably not going to feature it on this one, or on 19 at any point. Okay, let's try that again and lower the piece of harvester so that we actually pick the beets up. There we go. I enjoyed the map. There are a lot of improvements in 19 which include things like setting the gates back from the roads and the farm tracks. Oops, that's the edge of the map. Oops. Which of course results in easier time getting semi-trucks like we have on the field here through the gates. I had a lot of problems with that in 17 and ended up just using a short wheelbase truck and trailer for carting. It was difficult to get a harvester header through the gates, but it looks like 19 that has been addressed and the map is much easier to drive on now. I did an extended potter around and take a look at the map on Thursday evening this week, which may become a streaming day, since new person is taking dance lessons on Thursday, so that means my Thursday evenings are relatively free. And it sounds like I've woken up Mrs. Osa. Oh, we're full. Yeah, I'm definitely beginning to regret planting both of these fields as sugar beets. What I might do off stream at the end of this episode is lease the what do you call it, self-propelled harvester, this thing, and just get it all done quickly on a worker. I can drive the truck while the worker's harvesting the field and skip some time so that we're not doing all of this next week as well. How are we doing this? Real time 10 o'clock. So I've already been at this for about 2 hours today. And it really doesn't feel like I've got much done. Yeah, I probably will take a look at Lawfolds as a proper playthrough, but I might not do it as a stream. We'll see where it goes. And I missed that, and since we're down this end I can do this bit at the end. I could lift the harvester up so it's not churning up the dirt and slowing me down. Looks like the mower stopped sometime. I completely missed that happening. So I think when we unload this time take a look at that. I suppose we're not doing too badly along here. It just feels like such a long, slow process. Well, it is. And I missed another couple. And we're full. Also been watching Millennial Farmer this week. He's been his boy's been out in the grain truck. What is it? The 9RX, the full tracked, single tracked version of the RT8. With a nice little auger on the back. I was going to check on the this thing, which, wow, you didn't get very far at all, did you? It's, just, wow. Stop, 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 stop. Good grief, the brakes on that thing stuck. It's on. That's on. Since there's an edge, I might as well do it. So this is all dry, but it is midday almost. And that may be trouble for us later. Here, swing there. How does that look? Reasonable. Off you go. 30,000. So we got a couple more to do. So, Farmer KDB, have you been playing Lawfolds 19 or just a veteran from 17? And I didn't lower the thing again. It's a problem. My side panel is getting a little bit old. Sometimes the keys click but don't make contact. Sometimes they click and make a double contact. I mean, I've had that since, from 2017, so 3.5 years that side panel's been in use. The G29 also 3 years old, but the G29 is definitely sturdier. Playing 19 now. Okay, what do you think of the map? I did think, if you're not starting new farmer, oh yeah. Now the thing is, with if you're not, if you're gaming on a laptop, I would always suggest getting a keyboard, a separate keyboard and mouse, because they really take a beating from game playing, and so if you can yeah, you can replace a keyboard and mouse very, very cheaply. You cannot replace a laptop keyboard very cheaply at all. I play on a desktop, so I think I'm on my third or fourth keyboard on this one because gaming. Although I don't play anything in the way of first-person shooters, any driving games I'm using the G29, any flight games I'm using Logitech Flight Stick. I don't know where that is. That's still in a box somewhere because boxes are good when you move. But yeah, my thoughts on 19 was you get good equipment for an arable start. You've got a plough, you've got seeder which doesn't need to be cultivated. You've got the small spreader which you can put narrow tyres on so as not to destroy crops, and it can be used for lime. You don't have a sprayer, but you don't necessarily need one. You have a